What's going on, dudes? I'm 13. I'm your coach for Kansas City Nidokings. Today we have our DBL Season 3 recap for you guys. So, not gonna lie, Season 3 was kind of disappointing for me. I don't feel like I did as well as I did in Season 2. I think I had a better draft Season 2. I had some really good Pokemon in my team this year, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, they did not synergize as well as the Season 2, where I just drafted Pokemon that I liked, not even Pokemon that I planned to build together. Battling wise, I don't think I improved. I think I hadn't been focusing on battles, so I don't think I did very well this season when it came to that regard. So, you know, it was a bit disappointing in my book, but once again, the DBL is a fun league. All the dudes in this league are awesome, so, you know. Anyways, I have a couple things that I want to share with you. We're going to go over the entire season, every single game, and then how things finished up. So, here we go. Starting off, we have the final standings for our team. So we ended up 5-7 with this season. We're 11-14 all time because we went 6-7 last season. We ended up 3rd in the Johto division, 5th in the Silver Conference. We had a differential of -7, which was not good. It was because we lost our last two games, 3-0 and 4-0. I just did not perform well in either of those games. I miscalced, let Swampert die against Dariodon, and I don't know what happened against Roshi. Oh yeah, I know what happened against Roshi. Many things went wrong. End of the season, that was what was disappointing the most. I mean, my battle against Roshi last season, I lost 5-0. I got obliterated. And if I had performed a little bit better, I could have actually been in the playoffs last season. But, once again, not in the playoffs, and I really felt that I should have beaten one of the two people that we played at the end of the season. I think did Aridon win his last two games? I don't remember. I'm not sure if he went 6-6 or if he went, frickin' 7-5. He ended up going 7-5, so it wouldn't have mattered. If we had beat him, though, that would have made things different. Anyways, we're gonna move right into week 1. So we ended up playing Vivi, who I believe we lost to pretty bad last season when we played him, if I remember correctly. I don't remember if I played him last season. Anyways, as you see, there's a battle log of all the kills and whatnot. It just didn't go that great, considering Absol got set up on Chansey and then obliterated 3 of my Pokemon, and no, he killed 4 of my Pokemon, then died to Life Orb. That was the real issue. So we ended up losing 3-0. Surprised it was even that close, 3-0, differential-wise, so, you know. I think he sacked off the Manaphy. It could have been 4-0 had he just swapped in the Darmanitan, but, you know, anyways, it was kind of disappointing, how it went. That was the only battle that Cobalt actually attended, before I ended up dropping him in, I think it was week 2. No, it was week 3, excuse me. Anyways, yes, I didn't bring him in week, 2 anyway. So anyways, we're gonna move on to week... Oops, I hit F11. Sorry, I'm looking at images and I accidentally hit F11 instead of the right arrow key. Anyways, we're moving on to week 2, where we played Turkey in the Chicago Cup Juice. So it was kind of a haxy match. He ended up missing 4 attacks in a row, 3 before New York killed the Durants. He ended up missing a Hydro Pump after that. Ravager ended up killing Venusaur, and then he died to Weavile because I left him in, because I was thinking he was going to go for Ice Shard. I don't know why, because Weavile outspeeds me. If I had gone for Quick Attack, may have taken him out. As you see down there where it says Azura, I messed up and I put Azelf. So I wanted to add the nickname, but we ended up winning 3-0. Very haxy match, and I felt real sorry for, chicken. Damn it. Turkey. What did I just say? I don't even know. Joshy got a lot of crit E-Quakes. I think he got 2 against the Blissey, and then 2 or 3 against the Venusaur. It was just very, very unfortunate for him. It wasn't a very good match for him, and I felt bad about the hacks, but, you know, it's Pokemon. What can you do? That was our first victory of the season, coming in week 2. So next up, we have week 3 versus Weavile and the Shiny Seadra, or the Seattle Seadra. So it wasn't that great. This was our first division matchup of the season. The Grand Bowl was way more of a problem than I thought it was going to be, and that was the issue, because I prepared more for Metachan than I did for Grand Bowl. Like, I didn't expect Grand Bowl to be a problem. I thought Ravager would be able to take him out pretty simply, or I could, you know. Anyways, but that Azura getting mirror-coated, that didn't help. Ravager died, Joshy died, then Hercules died, and I literally only had Voltar and Felicia. Voltar was able to take out the Granbull, but they both died, the Metachamp, so it was a 5-0 loss. It was not a very good match, and I was really salty after that battle. Now, I'm not sure if there was really something that if I misplayed hard, or if I just didn't prep well enough, because I didn't expect the Granbull to be a problem. So, you know, it was, once again, a disappointing loss. I didn't want that to happen, but, you know, whatever. Next up, we move into Week 4 versus Just Adam and the Great Giratinas United. So, it ended up being a pretty simple victory, I think, for me. I mean, Illuminati was taken out by Dreadigan. I think it was a knockoff, or I don't remember what he used. It doesn't matter. Ravager took out the Dreadigan. Cassie killed the Crobat. Ravager, Hercules, Alder, and then Alder. So, we ended up, wait. Oh, okay. Never mind. Hercules died one of those turns. I was thinking, wait. So, where's our other... It was only 3-0, but what happened? Where was my other death? I guess I just forgot to put it down. I don't know. Oh well, who cares? Either way, we ended up winning 3-0, and you know, it was... I was happy to get up a battle. I was happy to get the battle done, and we ended up going... we ended up evening the record at 2-2. So, you know, it was a bit... I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. I was hoping it would have been... I'm talking all over myself, and I have everything here, and this is what you need to see. And the battles I performed well in, we won. The battles I did terrible in, we lost. And a couple of the battles I lost. So, you know. We move on to Week 5 versus Tiki and the Fusaflarian. I'm sorry for all the yawning. I'm just absolutely exhausted this morning. But, Ravager, we ended up getting a lot of kills right off the bat. Niwer killed Noivern, and then Ravager killed Fortress. Niwer went down, then Illuminati went down, but then Ravager ended up with a 4K that match, so that was pretty nice. Funny thing is, Ravager only ended up with 12 kills the entire season. He only ended up with 12 out of 12 games, and 4 of them came in this one match. I don't know. He ended up with 20 and died, I think, 7 times last season. So, and every one of our losses. So that means he survived every win. Wow. Every win he came to, at the very least. I think I brought him to almost every match anyway, but it was a pretty good battle. I felt a little, I don't know. I guess we won, and that's pretty much it. Next up, we move to our final match against Weavile this season. We ended up losing 3-0 this time. So, I changed up the team a decent amount because I wanted to beat him. I wanted to get redemption for that last battle, because it did not turn out well for me, and I really wanted to get a win so we could move up to 4-2, but we ended up dropping to 3-3, which was unfortunate. But as you see, Felicia got trapped in by the Gothitelle. Cassie was able to take out Granbull pretty quickly, which was nice. Illuminati went down, and then, you know, Azura died. Azura killed the Gothitelle, Alder died, and then Azura died to rocks because I wasn't paying attention. I thought it was 8%, not 12% that you took from rocks. So, you know, I came in and lost Azura, which sucked. Ravager killed the Blastoise and then died the Scolipede, and then the Scolipede killed Cassie as well. So, you know, this time it wasn't even so much the Granbull, because Granbull went down pretty quickly, because Cassie was able to come in. And that was one of the things, I don't remember if I brought her in the first match, but for the fact of that, I don't even know. But it was a good thing to have her that match, because she took down the Granbull quickly. That wasn't even a big deal. But then it was the Scolipede that was a lot more trouble later. So, you know. Anyways, I really wanted to beat him, so hopefully we'll be able to beat him next season. Hopefully he sticks around, so I have a chance to. Hopefully I'm not stuck in his division, though. I just like to battle him once in the season. Next up, we have Week 7 in the Chicago Cloisters and Charing Red, who ended up taking over for Josh after, I think, Week 2 or 3 or something like that. Anyways, we started out really well this match, and the Slowbro, I think, got set up, and it took out 5 of my Pokemon. As you see, Joshy, Ravager, Amelia, Azura, and Camilla all went down in that one Pokemon. And it was really unfortunate, and then Felicia was unable to do anything, obviously, because it doesn't have a good enough offensive presence on the team in order to be able to do about a bunch of damage, because it only had Seismic Toss. But that Slowbro, literally, I think it set up one call line and just ran through my team. Except he swapped out against Slowbro, I think. No, Who did he swap out against? I don't remember. Either way, it was just an unfortunate turn of events. Anyways, we move on to Week 8 versus Roshi. This was one of the best battles I've ever had when it comes to Wi-Fi battling. So, it was a very, very close match. We ended up winning only because of, what do you call it? Special defense of Raikou. By the way, I held a poll for the MVP for our team this season, which was either Cassie the Delphox, Voltar the Raikou, or Ravager the Pinsir, just because of their performance and whatnot. And you'll see later who won MVP for our team this season. So, because, yeah, obviously I took a Twitter poll, and that's what happened. So, we ended up starting this battle off really badly. So, the Empoleon had Grass Knot. God damn it! Which I didn't expect, and then Pursuit critted Azura, which, I mean, if he had gotten a max roll on the Pursuit anyway, it wouldn't have mattered. So Egypt ended up killing the Staraptor, and then died. Ravager killed the Drapion, and then died. Voltar killed 4 Pokemon, and he had a 4K that match, and that was really the only reason we were able to win. Gardevoir was low on health. Garchomp did not have any speed investment. Well, it could have had speed investment. I mean, Raikou does have a pretty high base speed stat, but, you know, I don't think he had very much investment. I think he was more of a bulky set. After 14 turns of freaking battling with that Mew, we took him out, so that was insane. Niwer had to be sacked off because I only had Volt Switch rather than T-Bolt on the Empoleon, or for my Voltar, so I had to take out the Empoleon with Volt Switch. So, you know, it was a great battle. I had a lot of fun that match, and it was an incredible match. Next up, we have another amazing match one of my best matches I've ever had with Jad. So I ended up losing 1-0. I forgot to put it on here. I realized after I made the image, and because I was making them all at the same time, and I didn't really want to remake it. So, you know, we ended up losing 1-0 to Jad here. It was a great battle. I wasn't salty at all. I mean, I was really glad for Jad, actually, because that was, I believe, his first victory he's had against, like, actually battling the opponent in the league format, and I was really happy for him. So it was a great battle anyway. So Ravager, it was kind of back and forth. Nobody really had a huge lead on the other. I killed Leavenny, and then Joshy went down. Camilla killed Aggron, and then Felicia went down. So, you know, it was pretty even the entire match. Voltar killed Greninja and then died. Hercules killed Gengar and then died. Camilla died to poison, so that was the only time that I went down to him. And then Ravager was able to take out Jirachi, and then he dies from the Rocky Helmet, which was the deciding factor of Knockoff could take him off. Knockoff did a lot of damage, but I ended up going down to Rocky Helmet. So, you know, it was a great battle, and it was, once again, it was one of my best that I've ever had, and it's definitely one of the best I've ever had with Jadrick. So, because every battle, I mentioned this in the actual video, every battle that Jadrick has beaten me on is on my channel, so you just have to go look for them. The 3 of them were in the Wi-Fi battle, the Wi-Fi battle playlist, and then this one. Next up, we have Week 10 in our final match versus Tiki. He was also one of our division rivals. Roshi and Weavile and Tiki were all of my division rivals this season, so it was kind of a tough division. Tiki on a good day with a good team is he's a pretty good battler. Anyways, this was a pretty simple victory. Tiki was rushing through the battle. He had to go somewhere. He didn't really care too much about it, so he was just doing it to humor me, which I thanked him for making the time to have the battle with me. And Voltar killed Exeggutor, and then Cassie just took down the rest of the team with Flamethrower and Psychic. So, you know, it was, I don't know, it was okay. Nothing too special. It was just kind of a quick and simple match, and, you know, Tiki's still awesome, so it doesn't matter. Next up, we have the most important match of the season, Week 11 versus Ariadon. So the thing is, we were both had a similar record. He was either 6-5, and I was 5-6. I think that's how we were sitting. And no, I think he was 5-5 then. I think we were both 5-5 at this point. Yeah, we were both 5-5. Excuse me. So we're both 5-5 at this point, and I'm dead even on differential. He had a couple better than me, I believe. This was one of the most important battle of the entire season. So the thing is, the one who won was most likely going to be the last wild card in playoffs. Because it was between me and him. Roshi and Weavile, they had pretty much at that point clinched playoff berths. They had the division leader in Ariadon's division, and me and him were competing for that last wildcard slot. So, pretty much, that's how we ended up third in our division. I mean, we would have been third in the division entirely, but if we had beaten Ariadon here, we would have had a pretty good chance of going to playoffs, depending on how the battle versus Roshi went. Once again, I forgot to put the freaking results, so I ended up losing 3-0 in this match. So, you know, Hercules killed Pokemon. So we ended up, actually, no, I was gonna say we ended up going, we took out 3 of his Pokemon, but the Altaria got set up, and luckily I had Felicia with counter, but I miscalced with Joshi, and I sacked him off at a really, really bad time, because Joshi would have been a huge help against that Jellicent. Azura was really my only other option when it came to combating that thing with the team that I brought that season, or that game, except for Voltar. Voltar would have been really helpful as well, but I miscalced on, so he set up, I believe, on, I don't remember if he set up on Felicia or if he set up on Voltar, but he got one Dragon Dance up and he was able to take out 3 Pokemon, and then Chansey saved the sweep and took him out, but, you know, either way, we ended up losing. I just had Claydol explode, because it really didn't matter at that point, and that was pretty much sealing our fate, because if Ariadon lost by a huge margin and we beat Roshi, since we have lost, if we had beaten by Roshi by a lot, or if Ariadon lost really badly in his last match, then we might have been able to go to playoffs, but at the same time, obviously, neither of those things happened. He did not lose and I did not win. So, you know, we're going to move on to the final week, week 12, our last division match and our last match of the season. We ended up going against Roshi. I changed up the team a little bit, and I completely, it was just awful. So, first turn, I had a bunch of problems with my viewer. It was really confusing, and it was pissing me off, and I couldn't even think about the battle, because I was trying to figure that out. If I had gone for the E-Quake, if I had been able to go for the E-Quake turn 1, and do a lot of damage to the opponent, I didn't have time to think about it. That might have been actually really freaking helpful for later. Anyways, didn't really matter. I had to swap out there. Niwer ended up getting destroyed by the Garchomp. Maxwell Choice Band, which I really didn't expect a Choice Band. I didn't even expect Choice Banded Earthquake to one-shot me. I had Ice Fang on this Niwer, so I was gonna see if I could go for Ice Fang and take him out, but no. Josh was able to take out Empoleon this time, because I don't think he did not bring Grass Knot. Or, yeah, I'm pretty sure he didn't, because why wouldn't he go for Grass Knot? I had the Rindo Berry anyway, but, you know. Then Josh and Camilla both went down the Garchomp. Camilla would have been able to take the thing out had I freaking put the Scarf on it. I forgot to put the Scarf on it. I put Scarf on it when I was doing the building, and I talked about having Scarf on it, and I had Band on it still from Tiki's match, where, Camilla didn't play at all, and I just completely forgot. I was talking to myself as I was doing this stuff, getting a bunch of Pokemon ready. You gotta remember to give the Scarf to Camilla. I mean, I could have dealt with the moveset, but the fact that I didn't have Scarf, just Camilla was gone like that. Ravager was able to take out Staraptor, died to Frostlass because I underestimated Frostlass speed. Egypt died to Drapion, and then Voltar died to Garchomp. We ended up losing 4-0. It was a terrible match, and I was really, really mad about how that ended, because it wasn't a very good end to my season. I mean, it was my season, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty bad. I didn't have this much fun this season than I did last season. Once again, my season ended with a really disappointing loss to Roshi. And that's something that I really want to correct for the next season. I ended up beating him in our first matchup, but it doesn't matter in this case because, you know. Oh, man. So next up, we have the team leaders when it comes to stats. So over-under is kills per deaths, pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Ravager and Cassie were tied. Ravager had 12 kills and 7 deaths. Cassie had, I think it was 8 kills and 3 deaths. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So they ended up with 5 over-under for both of them, so that was pretty nice. Knockouts, Ravager had 12. He was the leader on our team, and he was 13th in the entire league, which isn't terrible. I mean, considering you have 11 Pokemon times 16 teams, however many that is, that's like 176 Pokemon, so 13 out of 176 isn't too bad. So we had games won and played. Obviously, for games that you attended and you won versus played. So Voltar won 5 out of the 8 he attended. The survival rate was Cassie. She ended up surviving 3 out of the 6 games that she came to. In those 3 games we won. And anyways, kills per game, once again, Ravager and Cassie were tied with 1.3 per game, because it was kind of funny how they had very proportional stats. Cassie came a lot less than Ravager did, but you know, Ravager came, I think, to 8 of our games. No, he came to more. He came to 10, didn't he? Yeah, he came to 10 games. He won 4 of them. So that wasn't that great, but he had 13 kills, 8 deaths. Okay, it's 13 and 8. It wasn't 12 and 7. I guess Ariana's forgot to update that before I did all this. But judging by this now, Delphox actually has the kills per game, because Ravager dropped to 1.3 rather than 1.33. So anyways, that's not a big deal. I'll read off the rest of the stats. I'll have a little chart popped up so you guys can see what I'm reading off of. Chansey came to 6 games. She only won 1 of them. 3 kills, 6 deaths, so half a kill per game, and was -3 over under. Didn't survive in any of his games. Raikou won 5 games and lost 9. Either way, he was still the best when it came to that. Because like wins to losses, he still has the best record, except for never mind. Well, yeah, I don't know. Percentage, Steelix technically would have won 4 for 5. I don't know. I didn't realize that none of this stuff wasn't the final update. I sent Ariadon all the links for the final couple stuff because I noticed he was a little behind on all that stuff, so I was helping him out, and I didn't realize that none of the stats weren't completely updated. Oh well. Either way, a couple of things have changed on here. I may redo this little thing. We'll see. Probably not. I'm probably just gonna leave it, and if anything, put a little Vegas text bubble over it. Anyways, the team MVP chosen by our people, you guys on Twitter. So the team MVP for the season was once again Ravager, our man, our team captain, who will not be Mega next season. So I'm hoping to draft regular Pinsir, but I'm changing up my Mega. As much as I love Mega Pinsir, I want to change things up. For the specific reason that I've used Ravager for both seasons that I've been in competitive leagues. So, you know, I actually ended up choosing Mega Absol first time, and Mega Absol didn't fit my playstyle very well, so it didn't do very well for me. And I wanted to get Mega Latias, but that didn't happen because someone else had it, and then I ended up getting Mega Pinsir. Mega Pinsir ended up being the MVP that season, because MVP, he was incredible. It was, I don't know. I love Mega Pinsir. I really wish that they sold Pinsir plush, but I have his Mega Stone on my necklace here. Alright guys, so that is the team recap for your Kansas City Nidokings. I really hope you enjoyed it. Did like appreciated. I'm sorry about how the season went. Obviously, it's not how I would have wanted it to go. I would have loved to do much better. I really wanted to get into playoffs. My goal for this season was to get into playoffs, because we didn't get into playoffs last season because of a really bad loss to Roshi. And once again, I mean, specifically my loss to Roshi didn't account for much because Ariadon still won his match. But if I had beaten Ariadon and not lost so badly to Roshi, we could have gone to playoffs. You never know. It's one of those things. I mean, hindsight's 20/20. Can't do much about it. So, anyways, I really hope you enjoyed the season. If you did, like, just appreciate it. I don't know exactly when we're going to be starting Season 4. It's going to be probably a good amount after Sun and Moon meta has been set in, and we know what is up with the competitive stuff and whatnot. I don't exactly know. You can always tweet at the DBL if you like to ask some questions for Ariadon yourself, because I don't know them myself, because obviously I am not anything but a coach in the league. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this, appreciate it, and subscribe for more, and let's go Nidokings.